we also see that in the book of Isaiah, there are a special series of prophecies that relate to the coming servant of the Lord. Of course, it would have related to Isaiah the prophet. He was the servant of the Lord. It also related to the people of God corporately. Israel, Judah was the servant of the Lord. But it pointed to the one coming, Jesus Christ, the servant of the Lord, who would be the one in Isaiah 53, who would suffer and who would bring about redemption for God's people. And those prophecies relate to the servant. We also see in Isaiah's prophecy that this servant would be a witness, a light to the nations. And then when we come into the New Testament period, Jesus is fulfilling that prophecy as the servant of the Lord, the anointed man of God, the prophet of the Lord, the great prophet of the Lord, and yet more than a prophet. But when Jesus ascended to heaven, he poured out his Spirit and he gave to the body of Christ his servant ministry. And that's what we read in Acts chapter 1 verse 8. You shall be my witnesses. The servant was the witness, the light to the nations. In the Old Testament prophecies in Isaiah, Jesus becomes that light. But now we are called to bear witness to Jesus Christ. So this witness that we bear to Jesus Christ as the body of Christ is a highly prophetically charged ministry. It is a prophetic ministry to witness to Jesus Christ. Now, the whole witness of the church is called marturia. That's the Greek word here, and you see it in your manual. Marturia. It means witness. And so that's the general term that relates to the church's outreach, to the fact that we are to shine for Jesus. And it covers so many things. It covers chiefly, in particular, two things. Preaching, and the Greek word is kerugma, preaching, proclamation of the gospel, and propheteia. That is prophecy. And both these aspects are aspects of this witnessing. And we saw in an earlier session when we were looking in the book of Revelation that the Spirit brings the testimony of Jesus, and that's the spirit of prophecy. Revelation 19 and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. That's John in the presence of this awesome angel is so overwhelmed that he falls on his feet, on his face to worship this angel. And the angel said, but he said to me, see that you do not do that. For I am your fellow servant and of your brethren who have the testimony of Jesus. Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. In other words, the angel was saying, this prophecy isn't drawing attention to me. I'm giving a message from Jesus, and the spirit of prophecy is the testimony of Jesus. And so it is Jesus who should be at the center of our prophetic life.